The next person that you guys are going to hear from is someone who has literally been a part of this journey from day one. He's someone that I have the honor to call a great friend, someone extremely loyal, and someone that honestly is just so humble. The amount of success that he's been able to have at the age that he is honestly nothing short of inspiring. And when I think about Mike Sancho, honestly, what comes to mind, the quote that comes to mind for me, knowing a little bit of background on this guy, knowing a little bit about what he's been through, about his story, is a quote that the same hot water that softens the potato is the same hot water that boils the egg. And it's not about what happens to us, but it's about how we react and how we respond to what life throws at us. And I can tell you that Mike has had quite a bit thrown at him in life, and he's been able to take those things that have been thrown at him and use them as building blocks to success. He has a mindset of a champion, and he is someone that I let speak into my life. I'm very careful about who I let speak into my life, who I'll take advice from, because you want to take advice from people that have what you want. You want to take advice from people that actually have been where you maybe are or what you're going through right now, and have been able to actually break through that and achieve the levels of success that you are desiring. So without further ado, let's honor, let's celebrate, and let's welcome Mr. Mike Sancho.
Kanoa, thank you so much. It is an absolute pleasure and honor to be speaking with you guys here today for Auvoria Prime. Now, today, my topic is extremely important, and the title is going to be Time Blocking Your Way to Success. So this is about time management, because if you want to be successful, this is one of the best skills that you can really have, guys. So number one, what is it? Time blocking? Well, it's exactly like it sounds. It's blocking your time. It's a time management method that you're dividing your day into blocks. And since you plan your time in advance, right, you don't have to figure out what you're gonna do with your day. It's already pre-scheduled out for you. So that's really gonna be the most efficient use of your time, because really, guys, that's gonna be the goal with time blocking, is efficiency, okay? So the dictionary definition of economic efficiency is when all goods and factors of production in an economy are distributed or allocated to their most valuable uses, and waste is eliminated or minimized. So that's essentially what we're doing here with our schedule, guys. We want to cut the waste. We want to trim our schedules, what's not being productive to us and not pushing us forward. We want to get rid of that, and we want to increase our efficiency. The reason being, there's only so many hours in a day, guys. Everyone's got the same time clock. You got 24 hours. So just like with the software tools in Auvoria Prime that is helping make your trading easier and more efficient, we're doing essentially the same thing here with our schedules and with time management. So that's really the theme here. I want to stress that. I can't stress it enough, guys. Efficiency is the theme in business. It is highly important, and time blocking is the way that you're going to be able to do that. And everything that I'm doing in my life, every area of my life, I'm always looking to add efficiency. Where can I get better? So I want you guys to start to think of areas in your own lives where you already know that you're lacking efficiency, and I bet you probably already know what I'm talking about. So those are the areas that we're really gonna be targeting and working on, guys. And one thing that's gonna be required throughout this is going to be honesty, brutal honesty, guys. I'm talking about self-accountability, which is the only form of accountability. You can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. So you gotta look in the mirror and you gotta say, where can I cut out things that are not serving me, and how can I get better, okay? So it's gonna take a lot to identify your weaknesses and to work on improving that. Okay, so there are 6 steps to time blocking. So go ahead, write this down in your notes. These are gonna be the 6 steps that we're talking about here today. So number 1 is gonna be setting your goals for time blocking. It's very important to know where you're going. What's that GPS destination? Okay, where are you getting to, okay? Number 2 is gonna be auditing your current schedule, okay? You have to audit that, and like I said, you need to identify areas in your schedule that are not serving you and that need to be trimmed out. Number 3 is going to be figuring out what you need to prioritize within your schedule. Okay, you need to get your priorities straightened out. That way you can focus heavily on your priorities, and that's going to push you the distance. Number 4, what sacrifices will you be making, right? Because you're going to be analyzing your current schedule, your habits, your practices, and you're probably going to have to make sacrifices, guys. But that's going to push you much, much further, and it's going to be well worth it. You'll be able to enjoy your life by making those sacrifices. It's going to really push you to those heights you're trying to get to. Okay, number 5 is what skills do you need to learn, and what will your personal development routine consist of? That's highly, highly important. I'm very excited to get to that topic and share it with you guys. And then number 6, the last one is going to be to-do lists. A lot of what I do is operating off of to-do lists, and that's going to help you stay efficient, which is our theme for today's talk. Okay, so number 1, let's go into goals. Okay, goals are very, very important. They run hand in hand with efficiency. You need to know where the target is. What are you aiming for? You don't need to know what every single step along the way is going to be. It's like, you know, the GPS in your car, right? If you're gonna drive from Florida to New York, you're gonna put, you know, New York in your GPS, and you're not gonna know every single turn that you take on the path, but you know where that end destination is. That's what you need to do with your goals, okay? So goals are mandatory for successful people. I don't know a single successful person that does not have goals, okay? So you're gonna wanna set multiple types of goals, okay? Short-term goals, medium length, and long-term goals. And it's very important to write them down, put that pen to paper, actually put it into reality, and that way it's gonna help you create that in your life. And I want you guys to look at them daily. Remind yourself, what are you working for? What are you working towards? That's gonna help you, it's gonna help hold you accountable and keep you to your schedule with your strict time blocking routine, okay? And another trick that I like to use or suggest to people with your goals is visual goal setting, right? With a actual vision board, okay? So put it up on your wall, create that poster board, and put that up there, guys. What kind of car do you want to drive? Do you want to have a yacht? Do you want to have a mansion? Where do you want to live? What does your life look like for you? Ideally, you have to design that life, and if you look at it every single day and you work towards that, you'll be surprised how that actually manifests in reality for you, okay? So that's very, very important. So let's go into the next one here. We're talking about auditing your current schedule, okay? Like I said, all successful people work off of schedules, and there's a phrase that I love. It says, show me your schedule and I will show you your paycheck, okay? Successful people, what do you think that their schedule looks like? Do you think they just kind of roll out of bed and just kind of go with the flow? You know, lounge around, lay on the couch and, you know, watch Netflix all day and just binge watch shows? No, absolutely not. They have a very strict schedule and they know exactly what they're doing. So through your audit, guys, you got to identify the areas where time is being wasted, and I guarantee there is time that's absolutely being wasted. Are you, oversleeping? How much, entertainment? Are you going out every single weekend, right? Some of you guys probably are sleeping 12, 13, 14 hours a day, and that used to be me. I love to sleep, guys, but I had to cut that out of my schedule because it wasn't serving me, okay? I was losing hours and hours and hours per day, and the compounded effect of that was putting me way behind. So I had to make a decision in auditing my schedule, had to go through everything, view my time allocation for different activities, and then I had to cut out what I'm not doing, okay? So you need to understand, what am I doing that I can cut out, and what are important activities that are not currently scheduled in and need to be, okay? The next step is gonna be identifying the priorities within your schedule, okay? So we talked about trimming out the things that aren't serving you, but what are the things that are non-negotiables? Okay, this means you have to do this, right? The activities that need to be prioritized into your schedule to gain to gain and maximize efficiency. Okay, so things like business building, right? Exposures, follow-ups, attending software calls, attending to your health, eating, exercising, sleeping. These are all things that are very, very important to a productive and efficient schedule, okay? So you need to identify what are the most important activities that need to be included into your schedule. All right, continuing on, guys, we're gonna go into sacrifices. And this is probably one of the biggest categories for time blocking. Like I mentioned, during your audit, you're gonna identify what are the things that need to be trimmed out. Well, here's where you actually go and make that sacrifice. So you have to give up in order to go up. So what are you willing to give up in order to go up? You have massive goals. You want to build this compensation plan with Auvoria Prime. You want to be on stage, be the person talking here at these live studio events. What are you willing to give up in order to see your goals through? Okay? Are you willing to give up, TV? Are you willing to give up those extra hours of sleep? Are you willing to give up the partying and drinking every single weekend, guys? Where is it getting you? Ask yourself, where is it actually getting me? Am I in the same spot? Am I just churning my wheels? Okay, you have to identify that and you have to make those sacrifices, guys. It is so, so, so important. Okay, and we can look here. This is continued, right, with sacrifices. This is the compounded result of making those sacrifices. So look at that, guys. Just an extra hour or two a day that you add into your schedule can be thousands of hours over a longer period of time, guys. If you're adding an extra hour, 2 hours, 3, 4 hours a day extra into your schedule, you're gaining so much time for you to be able to pursue your business and actually sit down and work it, okay? A lot of people are saying that they don't have time. The reason why you don't have time is because you're not sacrificing, things that time is wasted upon, okay? So I would say right now, the minimum goal for you should probably be to add about 4 hours per day. And if you do that, that's gonna give you almost an extra 15,000 hours over the next decade, okay, guys? That is insane. Because they say, it takes 10,000 hours just to master your craft. So you gain actually 1.5 times that. You have 15,000 extra hours to pursue. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are you chasing? What are you after? Okay, so very, very important to figure out and identify what those sacrifices are, but obviously you're gonna have to execute and follow through on that. This is just really one piece of the equation, but I wanted to break this down and show you guys the numbers, because in business, it's all about the numbers, okay? That's everything. You have to read the numbers and see where you're going, and you can audit those numbers and you can add efficiency. Again, efficiency, that is our theme for today. Always remember that word. Everything in my life, everything that I do, I'm looking to add efficiency, right? Even when you're driving your car, right? You wanna go the fastest place you can. You wanna get there as fast as possible. That's adding efficiency, okay? Moving on, guys, we have personal development and learning new skills. This is massively critical to your success. A portion of your daily schedule should be focused on this. You're adding efficiency to your brain, right? You're adding efficiency to who you are. You're increasing your value, okay? One of the top things that I always focus on is getting better and more skilled. This is a major piece of the puzzle, and this alone will help your mind and business run more efficiently, okay? So one of the things you can do, obviously, is gonna be reading books, okay? And here's a few book recommendations that I have for you guys. And these are all books that I've read. This is a small fraction of the books that I've read because I'm always, always, always reading books. The reason why I'm reading books is because successful people have written them and they write the blueprint of how they achieved that success. So it's no secret that if you study successful people and you do what they do and you say what they say, you're gonna get what they have every single time, guys. So these are some of my favorite books, especially relating to the industry that we're in. Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, GoPro by Eric Worre. These are absolute staples in the network marketing community. I think every 6 and 7 figure earner has probably read these books. So if you're not currently a 6 or 7 figure earner and you haven't read this book, but everyone else has, ask yourself why you haven't read it yet. You need to get on your personal development. It is just as important as everything else in your life. You have your first year in network marketing, the greatest networker in the world. Go for No in network marketing, Beach Money, Outwitting the Devil, We have some Forex books that I listed here, Naked Forex, Trading in the Zone. Okay, be sure to take a picture of this slide, guys. Okay, these are very important. Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those are actually the first 2 books that I read when I got into network marketing almost 10 years ago. Okay, and I would say that those books are really what changed my mindset and helped give me that drive and ability to do the things that I'm doing now, and has ultimately led me here where I am, time blocking and adding efficiency into everything that I do for business, okay? In addition, we also have The Richest Man in Babylon. That's an easy read, one of my favorite books. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, John C. Maxwell, one of the greatest authors and coaches on leadership. We have No Excuses by Brian Tracy, again, another one of my favorite coaches. Secrets of Closing the Sale by Zig Ziglar. That's an all-time classic for salespeople. Seller Be Sold and the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. He's one of my favorite entrepreneurs as well. So these are just some suggestions for you, but be encouraged to go out and find books that you want to read, guys. What are the topics that you're studying that are going to help build your business and help get you better, increase your value, okay? The more you increase your value, the more you're going to get paid, okay, guys? Now, let's keep this going. We have more personal development and skills. So these are going to be some skills that you guys can learn. And people always ask me, like, well, where can I learn this stuff? Where do I go to actually learn it, Mike? And I say very, very easy. It's all around us, guys. Information is abundant in the technology age that we live in today. So you can go and you can study on what I like to call YouTube University. That is a free university. There's millions and millions and millions of videos teaching you all different skill sets on YouTube for absolutely free. Also, you can search everything on Google. Google is endless with the amount of resources and information that it has. And also, once you get to the more advanced levels, you'll want to take courses, high-level masterminds, business coaching. I've invested well over 6 figures in my personal coaching from mentors, and that's the reason why I've been able to compress time frames and get things done much quicker in a more efficient manner, okay, guys? Because why would I just try and figure it out? Why would I reinvent the wheel when it's already been done before and I can just study what other people have done and how they did it, and then I can therefore go and do the same thing, okay? So this is how you're going to add efficiency in everything that you do. The more that you learn, the better you'll get at doing that. That should make common sense to you guys, very logical. Okay, so here are some skills that you can take some time to learn that's going to help you in building your business with Auvoria Prime, okay? So some of my favorites would be closing, right? If you're building the affiliate compensation plan, obviously you want to know how to close the deal, right? So closing, trading, right? We're a Forex company. Promoting is one of the best skills in network marketing, is promoting. Presenting is also an amazing skill set to learn. Sales, networking, editing, marketing, running ads, guys, copywriting, negotiating, persuasion, speaking, etc. You get the point, guys. There are so many topics that you can study every single day in your life, and that's going to help increase your efficiency, okay? And over on the other side, we have some topics you can study. This kind of runs hand in hand with the skills, but trading, network marketing, leadership, public speaking, marketing, communication, and legal, asset protection, accounting, and tax strategies for business. Guys, this is what I spend my time doing. I spend my time getting better, okay? And that's what you should spend your time doing as well if you're looking to add efficiency, okay? And then the last step is gonna be number 6. That's gonna be to-do lists. To-do lists are extremely, extremely important. Everything I do operates off of a to-do list. Every time I have a task, I immediately write it down. That way I don't forget it, and then I assign it in A, B, or C based on the level of importance that to-do task is to me, okay? And then what I do from there, guys, is I spend about 95% of my time on the A tasks, right? Because that should make sense to you. If it's an A task, that means it's one of the most important tasks. And if you're spending the majority of your time on the most important tasks, that would probably be the most efficient and effective use of your time. So it's really, really important, and you have to do it, guys, okay? You have to involve it, okay? So now that we have all 6 pieces of the puzzle, let's get into creating the actual schedule, guys. This is where you actually block out that time and you put together your schedule and then you plan to stick to it, okay? So I have 2 samples here on the screen. So go ahead, take a picture of this, guys. That way you don't lose it. We have a sample schedule for someone who's working in this business on a part-time basis and for someone that's working it on a full-time basis. Now, you'll notice how there are different not everything in there is just work, right? There's some time for rest, relaxation, meditation, health, exercise, sleeping, okay? These are things that you need to schedule in, guys. You can't just do business 24 hours a day because you'll reach a point where your brain power starts to go down. So you need that rest and relaxation, that meditation, that reflection, and you need that rest. It's very important for your brain to rest, so you need to make sure you get enough sleep every single night. So if you're looking at the part-time schedule, we can see that on a full-time working basis, right? I left a 9 to 5 in there for your job. You're still able to get about 5 hours of working time per day. And if you're getting about 5 hours of working time per day and you're working 6 to 7 days per week, that's going to give you 30 to 35 hours a week to work your business. And you're like, wow, part-time? That sounds like full-time, okay? Because you can actually work your business full-time and work your job full-time. I did it for many, many years, guys. I used to have 2, 3 jobs at a time. And I would still always find time to work my business. And that's how I was able to become successful and ultimately leave my position, right? I used to manage restaurants, guys. I was working Subway from sundown to sun up, but then I would go home and I would stick to my schedule. And I would spend my time learning and I would spend my time building my business because that was the most efficient and effective use of my time for my goals, okay? And now if you look to the other side of the equation, we have the full-time schedule, okay? This is a sample schedule here. This is more so what my schedule looks like. I work about 14 hours per day of actual working time on my business, and some days that even goes to 15 or 16 hours per day. But I schedule everything out and I do my best to stick to it. And if you're working 14, 15, 16 hours a day on your business, that is a tremendous way to compress time frames and get places very, very, very quickly, because I'm sure you'd rather succeed quickly rather than slowly. Okay, so this is how you're going to be able to do that. So if you're following all of these steps, guys, and you're putting it into practice, I guarantee you already, your mind is probably blown by all the time that you're wasting. Okay, we're wasting hours and hours and hours and hours a day. And like I showed you the compounded effect on the other slide, that leads to thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of wasted time. Okay, so you got to put the schedule into action. But again, that's only one piece of the equation. You have to actually do it. You got to back it up with action. But today we're talking about the creation and the blocking of the time. The action part, that's going to be on you guys. Okay, and I included some bonuses for you guys as well. So you got your schedule out of the way. But I wanted to give you a few tips that I use to add, additional efficiency and productivity into your business. So for me personally, one of the things that I do is I treat my business like what? A business, right? I am the CEO of my business. Every single one of you guys on this call who is an affiliate, you are an independent business owner, okay? So you need to treat it like a business. You know what businesses do? They reinvest into the growth of that business. So a portion of that revenue is delegated towards growing the business, okay? So these hacks are for more advanced business building as you rise through the ranks. Once you get to the Visionary 500 and beyond, you can start to take a portion of your revenue that you're generating with your business and you can put that back into the equation. So my personal rule, guys, for me, okay, you can create your own personal rule, but my personal rule is to be reinvesting at least a minimum of 20% of my earnings back into my business. Currently, I reinvest a lot more than that into my business, but for you, you need to figure out what that portion is going to be, and that's because it's going to accelerate your business, right? You may be thinking, well, I'm just giving away the money that I'm making. No, you're actually increasing the efficiency and productivity of your business, and that's how you scale your business. That's how you rank up. That's how you earn larger and larger and larger checks, because everyone on this call, if you're an affiliate, you're probably not an affiliate to make an extra couple $100 or a couple $1,000 a year. you want to make a couple 100,000 or a couple million per year. Okay, so this is gonna be one of the ways that you do it and scale your business. And one of my favorite ways is paid traffic, okay? Paid traffic, bringing leads to you on demand every single hour of the day. Some of the top platforms that I currently market on are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, okay? Those are my top 4 for advertising online. And you're bringing leads to you all day long. People who are interested in your offer. Imagine that. People raising their hand saying, I want to learn about what you're doing. Tell me about these softwares. Can you share the results with me? How does this work? Okay, it's much easier having people come to you and then you going and having to seek those people out, right? And they're going to come on demand. And the larger your budget, the more leads you're going to have coming your way. Some other things that you can use for paid traffic would be messenger bots. You can do messenger marketing. You can use banner ads. You can use solo ads. I also use email and autoresponders and SMS broadcasting, okay? So Mike, you're saying, well, where am I gonna go learn about all this stuff? Well, remember a couple of slides ago, YouTube University, Google, start learning about how to use these tools and how other business builders are using these tools to grow their business. So that way you can do it as well. And it's gonna take some time, guys, but hey, we got time. You know why we got time? Because we audited our schedules and we added thousands of hours to our schedule. So now we have this sudden newfound time that we can put to use and we can learn new skill sets and we can put that into action for our business, okay? Another thing that you can do, guys, and this is one of my favorite, I was very resistant to this for a long time, but once I started doing it, it was my favorite thing to do. I absolutely love outsourcing because that's one of the best ways to add efficiency into your business. Again, be the CEO of your business. Be the executive of your business. A business owner is not the only person working in the business. Oftentimes, a business owner just owns the business and employees are doing the work, okay? So some things you can do is you can hire virtual assistants for cheap, guys. And what can they do? Well, they can do things like sending out messenger scripts on different platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. Or you can have them doing any other tasks, right? So here's an example. Let's say you hired a virtual assistant from Asia for $4 an hour, which is a really good wage for the region that you're probably hiring in. And you're gonna tell them for 5 hours a day, okay, $20 a day, $600 a month, they're gonna do lead generation for you. They're gonna send those scripts out for you and they're going to set appointments for you with leads that you're ultimately going to close and bring into your business, and then they will duplicate for you, okay guys? So we can add 150 hours of lead generation in this example for just $600 per month. Can you even do 150 hours of lead generation yourself in a month, right? It's a lot of work, okay? So this is really gonna help you get to the next level. And again, you're gonna ask, well, how do I hire? How do I do this? How do I interview people? How do I create SOPs, right? Standard operating procedures. You can learn all of that, guys, on YouTube. Search outsourcing. How do I outsource? How do I hire Filipino VAs? How do I hire, people from India? There's all sorts of resources available to you online. We live in the digital age. Everything is right there, okay? And some platforms that I've used in the past and I've personally hired lots of people from are Upwork and Fiverr. Those are two of my favorite outsourcing platforms. So you can go there and you can search for tasks, or you can post your own job or task and people will come to you and say, I want to do that. Okay, and then getting to the advanced levels, once you start hitting the 6 and 7-figure ranks, then you guys can be adding things in like personal assistants, media buyers who are running your paid traffic, editors, a content team, social media managers, getting a legal team, accountant, sales team, administrative assistants, stuff like that, guys. Always remember, this is a business. What do business people do and what do business owners do? That's got to be you, okay? So that's one of my top tips. And then also, guys, we have softwares and automations. These are all softwares and automations that I personally use in my business. Right at the top, we have Auvoria available right in your back office. You guys have a full professional marketing system right there. So you need to be using that and taking advantage of it. Also, I use Trello for following up with my leads. Basically, I use it as almost like a CRM platform. I use Canva for basic editing. I use Google Docs, Sheets, and Google Drive for organization. I use ManyChat for my messenger bots. I use ClickFunnels to create funnels. I use Schedule Once for scheduling out my bookings and appointments. And I use ActiveCampaign as my email autoresponder. So these are all softwares and automations that I personally use in my businesses. These are not all of them, but there is an abundance of tools that you can use out there that is going to add efficiency into your business, okay? Think about automation, right? We're using automation with the softwares. Why wouldn't you automate your business building? And these are some keys and tips on how you guys can do just that. So that's gonna be the end for my speech today. So thank you so much for listening to me, guys. And I want you to go out there and I want you to make it happen next. Don't just listen and let it go in one ear and out the other. Actually put it into action. What you learned today, go through the 6 steps that I taught you and improve the efficiency of your schedule and your habits and smash your goals, guys. Time block your way to success. My name is Mike Sancho. I will see you either at the top or from the top. That choice is gonna be yours.
Wow, awesome, man. Come on, great job, Mike Sancho. What an incredible training.